Hi Marissa, this is Jackie, the librarian at BMCC. I'm just making this quick tutorial to walk you through how to address your question on finding resources for distracted driving. You say distracted driving, so I know you probably already looked a little bit into this because that's a really specific way of describing it. Some people would say texting and driving, some people might say eating and driving, some people might, talk about self-driven cars and the concern about that sort of thing. But if you were off campus, which you might see in my email, you have to log in using your library barcode. And I checked your account, your card was expired. I have updated that, so you should be good to go. And I did put your library card number in the email I sent back to you. So if you hop into your Blue CC email, you'll see that. So from our library homepage, as a reminder to get here, you probably know, but you'll want to go to bluecc.edu, the college homepage, click on library, scroll down. You'll want to click on library databases. Again, I think you already know to get in here because you sound like you've really thought about this a bit. You'll want to click on top library databases. And it sounds specifically like you looked at the Opposing Viewpoints Resource Center, which is a great resource. I always, as you know, like starting students with this. You can certainly type in distracted driving up here. I also found it here under Society and Culture. So whatever is easiest for you. So distracted driving is right there. And here comes our content, sorry. So here, of course, is our overview. Again, opposing viewpoints. It points out related topics like maybe you're concerned about technology and society, mobile phones, drunk driving. I mean, distracted driving, can take a lot of different forms. So just something to keep in mind. As you scroll down, we get to the content, and the content is viewpoints. As I mentioned in class, they always list the top 3. Click on the actual link here. That will take you to all 33. You can also find statistics. Again, there's only 3 in this case. You might find more in some of these other areas. News, NPR reports are very cool. And again, you can get all those videos and some reference points. So let me go ahead and just click on a viewpoint here to remind you how to go through some of these. As you scroll down, you'll get the whole content, of course. If you want to, since you might be at home, you might want to just download these or read them here and take whatever notes you need. If you need help with citation, I like pointing out that this is right here. Your class is using ML8 for the most part, though it's brand new. And as Ms. Benson said, you can just copy all this, but she doesn't care about the URL. So the part that you would delete from your copy and paste, you might want to delete it after you pasted it, is this whole section right here. So that's really opposing viewpoints. In a nutshell, I think you have a focused topic, so we don't need to think about keywords necessarily, unless you did really want to get to specific things of texting and driving, which has its own content page, interestingly enough. So you might want to look specifically at certain populations and driving, or again, self-driving cars, if you need more resources. So going back to our library homepage, just go quickly there to some of our other databases, and we'll look at Academic One File. I think you need at least 4 sources for this paper, and you'll probably definitely want to take a look at Academic One File. So Academic One File, this is where you might want to play with your words. You might want to try distracted driving, but you might also want to try something specific like texting and driving. You might want to talk about teenagers or adolescent behavior in distracted driving. You could also, not to pick on certain populations, you might want to pick senior citizens and driving, that sort of thing. So I'm just going to type in distracted driving because that's the topic we have discussed, and seeing what else we can find. So we have about, in academic journals, 318 results. You can see all the results here. But we might want to limit this a little bit, right? We might want to look specifically at, the United States, for example. You might want to look at traffic safety, traffic accidents. But at the same time, you might just browse through here and see what is helpful. I mean, this report right here looks like it is using how to solve this problem of distracted driving. In this case, they're arguing that using a video game simulator might help resolve distracted driving. Here's another solution-oriented article. The founder of End Distracted Driving. This is a group you might want to look up, actually, assuming you want to take a solutions approach to this issue. Again, to get to any of these articles, you'll just click there. This database you might recognize is owned by the same company as Opposing Viewpoints, so it's similar. Again, you can download the PDF. Same tools are on the right-hand side, the citation tools. And just as a quick follow-up, they also have the topic finder. So the topic finder is that little wheelie thing, which I think is kind of cool. But it can really help you think of texting, and then it gets you into either devices versus mobile phones, right? Those can be different things. Smartphones, of course, is another way of calling that same thing, but you might want to look specifically at, say, students. This will take you to those 8 results. So look at this article right here, Acceptance of and Engagement in Risky Driving Behaviors by Teenagers. Interesting. Here's a college taking on the issue of distracted driving and other issues right here, curbing texting while driving. Wear seatbelts but still text. So again, this can really help you focus in. We're now down to 8 articles that might address your issue specifically. You might want to look at laws and behaviors. So just something to keep in mind. So I hope this helps. I'm sorry this is a little long, but please, again, if you have any other questions, just feel free to reach out. Take care.